ladies and gentlemen, before I pulled this article, I was looking at the comment section on a different one, and our people got to get out of the habit of believing we got to school a white supremacist because we don't. And we got to stop believing that if they know or educated on something, it will change everything. It won't. It won't. You can school Megyn Kelly on the Black National Anthem all day and all night, and she is not going to change. I don't know why you would waste your time. But see, she should have done some research before making the video speaking against the Black National Anthem. But you can't expect people like her to really go out and do research. They just don't do it, and they never will. That's why I don't waste your time even going back and forth. It is never going to be worth your while. So let's get to this. Stephen A decided to come out and defend Megyn Kelly. Why? I have no idea, because if he's going through something, you can best believe she is not coming to his defense at all. So let's get to it. Stephen A on Monday defended Megyn Kelly against claims of racism. And it is, because this woman is notorious for going into rants. And it seems like Stephen A is really ignorant and don't know these things, which it sounds like it's possible. Or, you know, uh, unfortunately, a raccoon never pass an opportunity to defend an undeserving white supremacist, and that's Stephen. He got the perfect name, Stephen. So let's go on. Man, I was with you with Jason Whitlock, but I have lost respect for you on this one. So, urged the renowned journalist to educate herself about Black history before wading into public debate about the appropriateness of singing the Black National Anthem at the Super Bowl. And if she paid attention to what was going on, that anthem has been sung at the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, since 2020. Okay. And it did not just start with this Super Bowl. And it sounds like that kind of went over Megan's head because she didn't care to look. So Kelly joined the chorus of conservative pundits on Sunday evening who took to social media to criticize the Super Bowl, lift every voice, and sang, widely known as the Black National Anthem, which was performed along with the Star Spangled Banner. The Star Spangled Banner is about killing and dying and war, and the only thing in the song they're concerned about is not the bloodshed. Okay, they ain't concerned about the bloodshed. They are concerned about a flag still being there. All right. And there is nothing in regards to killing. In fact, it's the exact opposite when it comes down to the Black National Anthem. All right. So Megan said it didn't belong at the Super Bowl. We already have a national anthem that includes everybody. Actually, you don't. Your national anthem has never included us, you know. And then I heard one say, well, we don't sing that stanza. Yeah, but it's still there. It's still there. And if it was for everybody, then the song would sound like it's for everybody, and it doesn't. So no, your song Megan is not there for everybody. When Francis Scott Key wrote that song, he intended for people like you to be singing it, not us. So on his show, Stephen A. Smith, he cautioned against using the word racism so quickly. Well, Stephen, I caution you on advising the Black community with terrible advice. That's my advice to you. Do not give the Black community terrible advice. And that's all you raccoons do, by the way. You give terrible advice. And then you want to know why it largely goes ignored. So he goes on and saying, when you say something like that, you dilute the potency and the importance of the argument. No, you don't. No, you don't. And if you don't call it out, then all you're doing is encouraging it to continue to happen. All right. Ignoring something does not work. It doesn't work. When somebody tells you to ignore something, what they're really saying in a different way is, I don't want to hear it. That's all. It does not help. It doesn't make the problem go away. In fact, if anything, it's going to amplify the problem. So then he goes on to say, I'm sick and tired of folks out there, particularly the Black community, being so quick to throw the word racism. Well, Stephen, you can go on about your business and you don't have to listen to any of us. Why be sick and tired when you don't have to be? So here's the problem that I have with Stephen A. and people like him. They always react to the response to the racism, and they never react to the racist act itself. So, in my opinion, when I look at your advice, you're saying, let Megyn say whatever she wants, and you don't come back with a response. That's what it sounds like to me, because in your broadcast, you spend a lot of time wagging your finger at the Black community, and you don't spend enough time wagging it at Megyn Kelly. And that's the problem I have with your response. There is no balance in your response. You are clearly leaning on the white supremacist side of things. And I'm sure you've heard this many times before, Stephen A. You should really take heed and listen, because you really are doing these things for real. You are. So he goes on and talks about the respect that he has for Kelly's body of work. Well, what, racism? Because that's what her body of work is. She was over on Fox News, remember? Oh boy, it gets even worse. So he goes on to say, I don't expect white people to have the sensibilities of Black people. I don't expect someone white to get it about Black people the way I expect Black people to get it about Black people, Stephen Smith said, acknowledging first that the comment would be very unpopular, a very unpopular perspective. You know, I think sometimes when raccoons speak, they should stop while they're ahead. I don't feel his comment made anything better. If anything, you just empowered Megyn Kelly to continue to do these rants, because your response is, well, don't say nothing and don't use the word racism. When she comes out ranting, just sit and be quiet. Sit on your hands, Black people. Sit on your hands, because that's what it sounds like. So you're telling the Black community to sit and be a sucker whenever these things occur, because you're better off just doing that. And if you meant something else, you sure didn't say it. And I reject your advice, and I would advise all of the Black community to reject the advice from Stephen A. His advice would only send them back to go in deeper or go in even harder with their rants. It wouldn't deter it at all. So, this is some advice I absolutely refuse to take from Stephen Smith. Stephen A., thanks, but no thanks. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.